Shalom. Call hello, Yahweh Shemil, Shabbat Shem Kakadash, double honors to the elder apostles and other bishops of GMS, Great Millstone, even the elders that came before them to tell us this truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word and truth and in sincerity, hope, and hopefully like tabernacle with David. For the brother slash elder, shalom and salutations to you all. This lesson, wow, where do we start? Why do we get this tear, right? Is this even, you don't represent us, right? Let's see. What was it? Matthew. Let's go to Matthew 13. The parable of the weeds. Matthew 13:24. Another parable he put forth unto them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is likened unto a man which sowed good seed in his field, but while men slept, his enemy, Esau, came and sowed tares among the wheat and went his way. Okay? Well, that could very well be one. Why do we get this guy? Why do you so-called African Americans get this guy? Does he represent us? Let's make a comparison between him, right?
For the ones who
Salakia, and Avi Loeb. Let's get Avi. Avi Loeb. Aliens. Alien spaceship. See, so why do we get somebody who's clowning us, right? Well, here's who you look. Here's your black scientist. This dude is a jester. Avi is being taken seriously, right? Even when speaking about things. Look at this. Calls out Neil. So I started with Neil. Okay, so we'll get to this. Listen to Neil's approach. This is what we get as African American. Listen, is it a comet or alien technology? Listen to how cynical and comical he's treating the whole thing, while Avi, right, is being respected, right? And this dude is talking to us like we're stupid. It's got to be a tear who's set up to be doing this.
aliens paying us a visit from another star system? What's up with that?
See the mugging and the clowning? That's for you, Jake. Right? And he's leading you astray while Avi is telling the elite, get in your bunkers. It's going down. Watch this clown. This is satire.
Let's go back a few thousand years.
See? Look at it.
Consider that people tried to understand the world around them. And in so doing, every time they got to a point that they didn't understand, in came the power of a god.
Look how we're being talked to by this tear. This is our scientist, right? Not George Washington Carver or somebody who, was real. This clown represents us. Look how he's talking to us, right? As opposed to Avi. Now, I'm going to save this. Where'd that go? I'm going to save this thing. This face-off a day ago, right? First, let's look at Avi outside of that confrontation. So, you type in Avi Loeb, because this is their representative. Right here, Avi Loeb, 3i Atlas. Now listen, watch how he's presenting to his people what's going on. See, this is brand new. I didn't know that was going to pop up. So now we get to see, where's Avi and how he presents himself. Look at this clown and how he's talking. He's contorting his face and making obscene gestures and he's being, look at this. Look at this. Avi's not even being presented in that way. Okay? Avi is being respected. Avi won. Glowing nuclear found in the nobody's clowning him. Watch how he talks. Watch the difference of what we're being presented with.
What if the stars are sending us visitors, and one is zooming toward Earth right now? Remember Oumuamua, that weird space rock from 2017 that some experts said could be an alien spaceship? Well, get ready, there's a new one called 3I Atlas. And it might be even stranger. Could it be carrying alien life? Let's dive in and find out why this has everyone buzzing.
It exhibited a push away.
This is Avi. Poised, look at it. Being respected, and then they give us this damn clown, right? What are we saying? And Jake is just totally being misled. Oh, is there some God? Wait a minute, nigga. If you are one of us, you're not one of us.
The sun by some mysterious force because there was no evaporation, no cometary tail
Nobody's
around
laughing.
it, no dust.
He's not mugging, making faces, or no satire. What this is serious business. Aliens are coming and they're hostile. This is serious, but what do we get? It's all a joke.
Or gas, so the question was, what is pushing it?
It all started this summer when NASA's Hubble telescope snapped pictures of 3I Atlas
Nobody's
on
joking
July
right
21st. What they saw was wild. Instead of looking like a regular comet with a long tail of dust blowing away from the
And those of us that know what Avi's saying, Avi's telling the truth. And nobody is not a joke. But you get this clown. All right, so you see, you understand where I'm going with it. Look at this damn clown. Look at the difference.
Go back to ancient Greece. Storms rose up in the seas. Where did that come from? How? Why? Did they have meteorology? No. Did they understand barometric pressure? No. Did they know anything about the atmosphere? No.
The angels know all that shit. You niggas don't know nothing. This is a tear. Let's get science false. I'm gonna get science falsely so-called real quick. Here it is, right here. Now, watch how I do this, okay? Because we're gonna go get a definition. See, because this devil done turn, you're turning of things upside down. This is a classic. What's the word that comes before the word doctor? You put, you become a doctor. What's the word that they took off of that comes before doctor, right? When you get your doctorate, the word is witch. Witch doctor. Okay? Now, 1 Timothy 6:20, O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, avoiding profane and vain babblings and opposition of science, falsely so-called fiction. Got to put fiction right there. Science fiction, right? Well, science, falsely so-called fiction. Science fiction. In opposition of science, falsely so-called. So their science is not science at all. They're just calling it that. But let's look up this word. Science fiction. What's going on here? What's going on with science fiction? Because science fiction is real. We were made to believe that it's not real, right? Let's look up the ye old definition. Science. Fiction. Wait a minute. Just like all conspiracy theories wind up coming true, right? Science fiction, what? Definition. And away we go. Fiction, based on imagined future scientific or technological advances and major social or environmental changes, frequently portraying space or time travel and life on a... Whoa! Look at this. What have we here? So what this is something that Esau created to do what? To lie about the Most High and the angels and what is coming upon the earth. Science fiction is mass deception to prevent the lost sheep of the house of Israel from waking up. That's what science fiction is. Science falsely so-called fiction. It's not fiction at all. It's not fiction based. It's based in, what is space or time travel and life on other planets? This is talking about the angels, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, and the angels, and where we're going. And what their goal is to make us believe that none of it is true. To make us believe that our future, where's that word future? Future. It says fiction based on imagined future, whether it be scientific, whether it be technological advances, major social environmental changes, future changes, future environmental changes, future social changes, major social changes, future technological advances. So in the 1940s, when they were doing science fiction, they were doing it based on what would happen in the future when it came down to space or time travel and life on other planets. Major social or environmental changes. So what they're doing, what do you mean based on imagined, fiction based on imagined future scientific, what? It says those things are going to happen in the scriptures. That Hancock would be flying. That E.T. would phone home. That Close Encounters would be the second coming. That ID4, the cloud, Yahushua is coming back in the clouds. That's your science. Science fact is what it is, right? And it's science falsely so-called fiction. It's not fiction. It's reality. Future events. Back to this clown. This is a tear.
But they knew the will of Poseidon. Poseidon would be enraged by the behavior.
Listen to how this nigga's talking. Avi Loeb is saying that an angry, hostile alien in a spaceship is on his way to Earth to either save or to destroy you, which translates into save some of us or destroy some of us. This nigga's talking to us like we're fucking clowns. Either he's a terror being paid to do it, or he's a two-third nigga being paid to do what he's doing.
People on the shores, and that would account for what they saw. This assigning the glory and the wrath of a deity, the things we don't understand,
no, we do understand.
Nigga,
you're causing confusion. You were put in place to talk this condescending bullshit tone to us. And we're supposed to just, accept that and look the other way and continue to believe that our ancestors, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, and the angels aren't coming to get us out of this mess.
Philosophers as the god of the gaps.
Listen to this stupid man. You worse than Satan. So this is what we're presented with. While Avi Loeb, right? Let's watch Avi destroy this nigga and make him look like a clown. Look at this. This is what we get.
A new interstellar object is racing through our solar system.
We should check whether each and every object that arrives into the inner solar system is just a rock, or icy rock, or maybe a technological gadget.
Harvard astrophysicist Avi Loeb says this object isn't just space debris, it may be evidence of something more.
The way this is set up, what they're doing, right? They're telling Jake to look the other way, right? Discrediting Jake. And then for the Esau, he's getting the warning.
If something turns out to be alien technology, we can learn about technologies that we haven't developed.
This is all
Moreover,
serious.
if we end up
And the other dude is
realizing
gonna wave it
it's a
off and
threat,
say, "Oh,
the
that's
consequences
ridiculous."
of such a threat would be extreme. Collapse the world economy.
And not everyone in the science world is ready to hear that.
Neil deGrasse Tyson is a popularizer of science. He's not a practicing scientist. You are not in a position to protect science if you are not practicing it. I bet you
That nigga's a dancing bear. Did you see that? Look at this. They got this dude as a clown.
science
Look at
if
the
you are
clown.
not practicing it. I bet you that if Neil deGrasse Tyson existed a century ago and people were starting to discuss quantum mechanics, he would say, that's crazy.
Hey everyone, I'm Matt Ford, and welcome to the Good Trouble Show. Today we're talking
Good
about a
trouble.
brand new interstellar object making its way through our solar system. To help us make sense of it, we've got one of the top minds in the field, a Harvard astrophysicist, director of the Galileo Project, and best-selling author. His book, Extraterrestrial.
So it's just a
Also, the arrival time is extremely fine-tuned so that the object passes close to Mars, Venus, and Jupiter.
this dude is doing a thorough study, right? And giving us the truth of the matter. How do we know it's the truth? Because it matches up with the scriptures. It matches up with the scriptures. So what is Neil deGrasse Tyson doing? Who is not even really in this, but they used, this is clickbait, calls out Neil. He said a little something, making you believe that they were going head to head, and they're not. But look at his tone. He's serious, right? While this clown is dismissing it out of hand, and he's right. What's going on here? Okay? Anyway, I just wanted to speak on that. What are we being given? Right? Falsely so-called science, falsely so-called fiction, right? Falsely so-called knowledge. It's not fiction, right? Surely you're turning. Your deception is off the hook, dude. Isaiah 29:16. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing formed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding? So you devils, you know that your specialty is deception and getting away with crime, crimson. So this is what we're given, right? This deception, and that ain't one of us, right? I'm gonna end on this. How do I know, nigga? How you know? Old school, because the Spirit beareth. B-A-R-E-T-H. Spirit bears. No, nothing. That's terrible. That we are the children of God. Romans 8:16, the Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of Israel, and I don't think that's one. With that, we hope that the elect. Hey, be careful. of wolves. This is a wolf in sheep's clothing. Let's get that on the way out. He's leading the sheep astray. Wolves in is that in there? Matthew 7:15. Last precept: beware of false prophets. It's a false prophet. Well, it ain't coming. Yes, it is. Avi's on it. Okay, that's a false prophet that kneel, which come to you in sheep's clothing. Who are the sheep? The Israelite. That's a tear. He ain't a sheep. Okay, he got the wool, but that's a white wool. That ain't Bob black sheep. That ain't no gray. But inwardly they're ravening wolves. That dude is a ravening wolf. You can just tell in his look how he's talking condescending.
Actually got quite a noble history.
Look at his eyes. That was 15 personalities in 0.2 seconds. Look at this. Look at that. This dude is animated. He's an actor. Look.
Got quite a noble history when you think of it. One of the greatest works of science ever is Principia Mat.
And with that, on to the next show.